Hello everyone. Today we are continuing our study in Unit 3, Linear Functions, and we are going to talk about writing equations in point slope. So we have been writing equations using y equals mx plus b, which are our slope-intercept form, but today we're going to study using point slope form. Point slope form is the equation y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1 in parentheses, where y1, x1 is a point on the line. So to write an equation in point slope form for a line that passes through the point 6,1 with a slope of negative 5,2, we're going to substitute 6,1 in for x1 and y1 because that's our coordinates. So I advise you start by writing the equation y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1, and then I'm going to substitute. So it's y minus 1 equals negative 5 halves parentheses x minus 6. And I'm done. Example 2, I want to write y minus 2 equals negative 1/4 x minus 8 in slope-intercept form, which means I want to transform that equation so that it's in y equals mx plus b. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to get rid of those parentheses. So to eliminate the parentheses, I'm going to use the distributive property. So I distribute the negative 1/4. So I get negative 1/4 x plus 2 because I multiplied everything inside there by negative 1/4. Now I'm going to add 2 to both sides. And that gives me y equals negative 1/4 x plus 4. So that is that equation written in slope-intercept form. So now let's try a couple of examples. So write an equation in point slope form for the line that passes through. So again, I suggest you start by writing the original equation y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. Writing this equation is going to help you memorize it. And then I'm going to substitute. So it's y minus 2 equals negative 3 x minus 2. And I'm done. So I want you to pause and I want you to try the next 5 examples and come back and check. Okay, so please notice I did write my original equation y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1 for each one. Number 2, it became y plus 6 equals negative 1 parentheses x minus 1. And the reason why it became y plus 6 is because when I substituted, it was y minus a negative 6, and minus a negative is a positive. Number 3, again, the minus and minus became a positive on both cases. So it was y plus 4 equals 0 parentheses x plus 3. I did simplify that and say y plus 4 equals 0 because 0 times anything is 0. Number 4 gave me y minus 3 equals negative 3/4 parentheses x minus 1. Number 5 is y minus 5 equals negative 2/5 parentheses x plus 8. And number 6, is y plus 3 equals 1/3 parentheses x minus 3. If you have any questions on those, please bring them to class. So now number 7, here we're writing the equation in point slope form. It's in point slope form and we want to write it in slope-intercept form. So that means we want to simplify it and make it look like y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to start by distributing. So I get y plus 2 equals 4x plus 8. Then I subtract 2, and I get y equals 4x plus 6. So I want you to pause and try the next 3, and then come back. Okay, so number 8, the final answer is y equals negative 7x minus 8. 9, the final answer is y equals negative 3x minus a half. And 10 is y equals negative 2x plus 7/6. Now let's see how this applies to a couple of word problems. So we have 4 word problems here to do. So let's do number 11 together. Construction company charges $15 per hour for debris removal, plus one-time fee for the use of a trash dumpster. The total fee for 9 hours of service is $195. So when we read that, it's important that we read $15 per hour, that's our slope, and that this 9 hours of 195, that's a point. So we can write our equation in point and slope form. So that means y minus 195 equals 15 parentheses x minus 9. And notice that it is y for any number of hours x. Write the equation in slope-intercept. So here we're going to simplify that. Slope-intercept again is y equals mx plus b. Point slope was y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So simplified, this is y minus 195 equals 15x minus 135. We add the 195 to both sides, and we get y equals 15x plus 60. What's the fee of the trash for the dumpster? Well, that fee is an additional fee, or our y-intercept. And now that it's in y equals mx plus b form, I can see that that's $60. So I want you to pause and try number 12, 13, and 14, and come back and check your answers. Okay, so hopefully you paused. In number 12, my slope is the 50 cents per mile driven. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped 11. No, we did 11 together. In 12, my slope is the 50 cents per mile driven, and it costs $64 to rent the truck for 48 miles. That gives me the point 4864 because the miles driven is my independent variable. So then I use y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, and that gives me y minus 64 equals 0.5 x minus 48 in parentheses. For part B, I write it in slope-intercept form, which becomes y equals 5x plus 40 after I distribute and add 64, which means the daily fee is $40 because that's y-intercept. 13, my slope is 3.5 miles per hour. 5 hours of canoeing is 18 miles, so that's the point 518. I use y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, so it's y minus 18 equals 3.5 parentheses x minus 5. 14, my slope is 50 cents per topping, and my point is 7 toppings for $11.50. So I use y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So it's y minus $11.50 equals 0.5 parentheses x minus 7. Equation is in slope-intercept form, then is y equals 0.5x plus 8, meaning a plain pizza would cost $8. If you have any questions, please bring them to class tomorrow.